Well, guess who's made it to the big time, folks? I just got contacted by Nickelodeon saying they want to slime me. I'll see you losers on the flip side. Guys, I'm not so sure he was with the Kids' Choice Awards. Is slime meant to be white and sticky? It should come as no surprise to you that I'm a huge advocate for fitness. I believe very deeply that the mind, body, and soul needs to be balanced in order to have a whole, happy human being. I very strongly encourage everybody to exercise as much as humanly possible, even if your goal isn't to get huge muscles and veiny forearms. I consider myself somewhat of an expert in the field, mainly because I spend huge portions of time looking at shirtless men online. And as far as my wife is concerned, it is purely for research. And as far as you are concerned, I'll leave a link down below so you can send me your pictures. Please men only, follow along by valid IDs. Anyway, because of how much time I spend admiring the male form, I've also delved quite deeply into nutrition. And for example, I know what is acquired in terms of fruit, veggies, meats, and dairy to achieve a big gain in muscle mass. Just like how I also know what you need in order to achieve a lean figure. Now granted, most of my information does come from the Joe Rogan podcast, and I imagine the majority of you can't hunt down wild elk in your backyard and eat its flesh raw, but what I'm pretty confident in saying is the majority of you probably have easy access to dog food, and that's where we're starting.
Google how much protein is in dog food. You will find yourself tempted.
Alright, which one of you guys are going to take one for the team? 666 grams of protein or only 200 grams of dog food? That's like a bowl of dog food. Alright, so my last video we found out that dog food has a lot of protein in it. Instead if we got 15,000 likes, I need a bowl of dog food. You guys got like 100,000 likes. Don't know why you guys picked that video to blow up, but you did, so we got a bag of dog food. We're going to give it a try. If anyone says this is fake, this is a freshly opened bag of dog food, so let's get a bowl going here. Okay, it's for the gains. It's for the gains. Cheers to the gains, baby. Oh my god, we're going to try this guy. Oh, fuck.
Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. That is a man eating dog food. Now, say what you will, I'm assuming he probably doesn't do this all the time. And almost certainly just did this as a little goof and a gag on his TikTok. But it does make you wonder a little bit, how much is your pride worth? 10,000 likes for someone to eat dog food. Doesn't seem like your pride's worth all that much. Like, it's not even worth anything in terms of value, bro. Bleeding clout to be remembered as the man who chomped down on pedigree. Your legacy has been sealed. Your descendants will remember you not for your character, but as the gym bro who was so desperate, so starved for fame and attention. He would belittle himself to an animal stature. For shame! At least you'll go to the grave with really shiny thick hair. Although I suppose I should thank this guy, because he did have me asking a few questions. What is the actual long-term effect of consuming dog food for quote-unquote gains on the human body? And thankfully, it hurts me to say this because I was a 2012 edgy kid, BuzzFeed has the answer. Pet food may contain not only animal byproducts that can be found in human foods, like bone meal and organs, but also others. You knew what I was trying to say there, man. According to the Association of American Feed Control Officials, an organization that defines ingredients and sets label standards for feed regulators, these byproducts are considered safe for pets to eat, but not people. Now we get to the question that I wanted to know. The nutritional risk probably outweigh the benefits. Dog food does not meet the nutritional requirements of human food, just as human food does not meet the nutritional requirements for dog food. Dogs' intestines are equipped to deal with pathogens, bacteria, dirt, viruses, litter, parasites, etc. that human gut is not accustomed to. I am not being dramatic when I'm telling you there is a possibility you could develop some kind of dog disease, i.e. worms. Do you remember during the pandemic when there was a rumor going around amongst Trumpies in America that by ingesting horse dewormer you could cure COVID-19? More specifically, ivermectin. And then ironically, the horse dewormer gave all those people's worms and they ended up having to shit them all out? No? Well, okay, there's a party fact for you. That kind of stuff can happen with almost any product that isn't meant to be ingested by humans. And in this example, of course, being dog food, you could easily catch gut bacteria or a disease that the human body is not accustomed to dealing with. Now, granted, it is fair play to you because your body is probably going to look incredible from the outside. I'm just not so sure that I would want the inside to be covered in parasites and worms in order to have the gains of a god. I mean, guys, I know it's hard to get the protein you need in order to keep the body mass up, but please, for the love of God, just go the hard route. It reminds me a lot of that quote my grandfather used to say to me. Things get hard for things that are only worth your time. I mean, that never explained why he wasn't wearing any pants, but I still think there was some wisdom in those words. Aside from the bacteria that the dog food can cause, too too much protein can also negatively affect the body. I know gym bros say you should consume as much meat as you can get your hands on, and believe me, I do. But they always forget to mention the fact that it's meant to be done in moderation. Protein is an important part of our diet, but eating too much can negatively affect the body, potentially causing bone, kidney, and liver problems, and possibly an increased risk of cancer and artery disease. Roll your eyes if thy pleases, and by all means say, oh god, we're all gonna die one day. What does it matter if I affect my body? Well, it matters because of how people are gonna remember you. If I'm visiting you in your deathbed, and the doctor tells me the reason that you're passing away is because you smoked like 10 cigarettes a day, you chugged like 25 beers on the hour of every hour, and you never ever stopped eating oily foods, I can respect that. Do you know what I can't respect? Oh yeah, your pal's dying over here because he was eating too much dog kibble. No, he didn't. Shut up, doctor. No, honestly, he did. Oh. God, can I pull the plug myself? Now, because TikTok is rife with misinformation, I mean, those gremlins passing for people would lie to their own mother just for a chance, even a schmeckle of clout dropping on their tongue. I wanted to know whether or not 660 grams of protein are actually in a bowl of dog food. And unsurprisingly, like I said, the liar tends to lie. So how much protein does dog food actually have? Nutrition facts label for dog food are listed in percentages of dry matter, or DM. Dog food protein usually ranges from 8% to 18% DM depending on the age of the animal it's intended for. This means it has about 8 to 18 grams of protein per cup. For reference, a small dog might eat 1 cup a day of dog food, and a medium-sized dog roughly 2 cups, and a large breed dog 3 cups. Clarity, my TikTok liar, got his information from MyFitnessPal, which seemed to suggest that 200 grams of a pedigree dog food product, or about 1 cup, had 666 grams of protein. However, Pedigree told BuzzFeed News that the highest percentage of protein in any of their dog food products was 28.7%, meaning that a serving of dry dog food might have around 16 grams of protein, not 666 grams. Now, fair play, that is a high amount of protein, especially if you're trying to hit a calorie mark every day. But 1 chicken breast is 31 grams of protein, so why not just eat 2 of them for lunch? Or pro tip, baste it on top of the kibble itself. Then you're really hitting that mark. Now, it is clear to me and anybody watching, this man purely meant it as a joke. He in no way meant for anybody to interpret this into their diet when they're starting gym. That's fine, he's allowed to post that joke. But I'm going to do the maintenance for him. Having covered TikTok related stories for so long, it is jaw-dropping how stupid, how fucking idiotic that audience is. Off the top of my head, the first thing that springs to mind is the Kia challenge, a story I covered a while ago, in which literal teenagers were stealing Kia, the motor car, off people's driveways by using a viral TikTok hack, and then unsurprisingly totaling those cars. The second thing that pops to mind is the devious lick challenge, which teenagers were basically using a certain audio and then just causing vandalism and stealing from their schools. And of course, who could forget the absolute classic, the NyQuil chicken challenge?
NyQuil chicken is a dish that involves marinating chicken in the cold and flu medication NyQuil, with the intent of creating a meal that will treat sickness symptoms.
I get the feeling that I don't even have to explain to you how dumb that is. Point being, I'm glad you're not as jaded as me, but give it time. With age and grayness, everything starts to hurt. Oh, and follow-up point being, don't eat dog food. Guys, you forget one day you're gonna have grandkids. You're gonna have a job in a high-paying lawyer factory place. That's what they call law firms as far as I'm concerned. And one day your grandkids are gonna stumble onto the fact that granddad was trying to get famous in the most embarrassing way possible. Not to mention the awkward conversation you're gonna have with your boss trying to explain yourself. Anyways, that's all I have to say. I did forget to mention the most dangerous TikTok challenge of all. Not legally being subscribed to deano on YouTube. Stay sexy, boys. Love you all. Bye-bye.